what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Mango Invest. We're going to break down all the dividends that we've earned in the month of January of 2025. It's been a very, very big month. Actually, the biggest month since investing in dividends all the way back in 2019. So we're just going to have a bit of a look into that. But as we always do, we'll just have a quick overview of the portfolio. So we've got total equity now rising to $635,000 in Australian currency. And then we've got a cash position just sitting below here, which roughly equates to $7,000. So when we package it all up together, we're looking at $642,000 worth of total equity just within the dividend portfolio. Moving over to the holdings, there's really no change with the holdings here. Again, over this year, what I'm going to focus on is consolidating a lot of the real estate investment trusts, even Coca-Cola. And really bolster those main ETFs such as JEPQ, QILD and SCHD. That'll come within the next couple of months, but it's really just waiting for the right time to sell those. So before we get into all the dividends, I just want to go back a brief history of all what we've earned in the past months of January of 2019, 20, 21. We'll come down all the way to the graph here. And the first January, it actually doesn't even come up with like any dividend at all because it was so small, right? I think we earned like $3.57. And fast forward to 2021, we earned $242. 2022, we earned $422 there. 2023, we had a massive increase of $754, which was pretty good. And then, another year in 2024, which was last year, we got 1,645. So that's a 100% increase just in 1 year. And you can see we've put in the numbers for 2025 right on the right-hand side of the screen there. It's been our biggest month for dividends yet. So clicking over to my stake brokerage account here, we'll click balances. We'll click into view all. USD, because we're looking at the US market here, we'll click the date range, we'll go all the way back to January, click apply, and then we'll just click the dividends filter here. No, not withdrawals, we'll click dividends here, cool. And these are all the dividends that we've earned, so fairly big month. So LTC, $91.50, that's been, extremely consistent for, the last 4 years. I haven't added any more shares into this company, but again, they haven't increased their dividend, but they also haven't decreased their dividend. So that's very consistent there. JEPI, I ended up selling JEPI and then putting all those funds into JEPQ. Like all of you guys know, it's pretty much the same ETF, although JEPQ has a higher weighting of technology within there, so there's more opportunity for growth, but they also are paying that nice consistent dividend as well. So the total return was a lot higher. But JEPI paid me $402. So this will be the last payment that you see from JEPI. MRNY, $501. Again, this is the Moderna Yield Max version. And they actually paid very low this month, 25 cents per share. I'm hoping, they do pay a little bit more in the future. That's the risk you got to take with all these dividend Yield Max ETFs. The dividend is very inconsistent. 1 month they might pay, $2 per share, and the next minute they're only paying, 80 cents per share. So there is that sort of fluctuation. QILD paid me twice in the month. This one was actually quite larger, so 34 cents per share. Came to $1,164. And then Coney, again, another sort of disappointment with the amount of, cents per share that they paid, 83 cents. Usually they're like $1.50 to $2. And that came out to, $914 there. AG&C, Real Estate Investment Trust from the US, very consistent, paying at 12 cents per share, $709. Realty Income Corporation, another real estate investment trust, paid me $170. Again, very consistent dividend payer there, although there's really not much opportunity for growth with this one. Misty, so the MicroStrategy Yield Max version, again, this one was actually a fairly good payment, $858. They paid $2.28 per share. But again, I've only got 376 shares, so it's really not that much. Not as much as Coney, etc. I'm not too sure if I'm going to add to this position here, but that's definitely something to look into. And then QILD paid me the second time for the month, $645, although this one was a lot less. So as opposed to 34 cents per share, they only paid 19 cents. But that's all good there. The Bank of Nova Scotia, I've recently sold out of this bank here based in Canada. But that was very a short time ago. So I still was able to get that dividend, noting that I had the stock before the ex-dividend date. And that was $152 there. So again, yeah, a lot of dividends in January. This has been the biggest month so far. So again, we've gone from 2020 earning $3.57 for that month, earning $5,611 for January. So this has been the biggest month, which is pretty incredible. And in the history, January is generally the lower paying months, to be honest. February is generally pretty good. But yeah, so this is track your dividends. So just to give you a little bit of more of an insight into the portfolio, you can see the US equity here in US currency and the yield on cost. So this is how we're able to get so many dividends, is that most of the money is into those long-standing trusted ETFs, although having a couple of yield max ETFs really boost up that yield on cost to just over 21%. And the annual income's looking at $81,580. And again, once you convert that to Australian currency, we're looking at $120,000 every single year. And then we break it down into a monthly average income, we're looking at just under $7,000. And here you can see, on the right-hand side of your screen, the annual income for most of the companies here. So you can just see, the big name players in the portfolio, the companies that are moving the needle and giving me the most funds. They're just on the top here. So Coney, MRNY, AGNC, Misty, QILD, and JEPI. So they're the big name players in the portfolio. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give me a like and subscribe to the channel if you did, and enjoy the rest of your day.